Hello. I've been having such a fun day. I've been making chutney. I've had a walk. I've been to yoga. It's been a real nurturing day for me, which was really nice. And I've caught up with a customer, a couple of customers. So lots of fun. Anyway, I have been making a lot of apricot chutney because I keep being given more and more apricots, and it's wonderful. So the next lot I'll probably stew if I get more. But we do like a nice chutney, and what I'm doing is using the mango chutney recipe, but just putting apricots in it, and it's fantastic. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. But in the meantime, sorry, I think my glasses probably need tightening. They keep slipping down. I was browsing Cookie Do, and I love it when you do that. You find these recipes you've never seen before in your life. And we're eating out of the freezer this week. So I have made a whole lot of stuff, in the last couple of months. And we just thought, let's just eat out and eat what's there. So one of the things is the slow cooked chili con carne, which is fantastic. And I thought, well, I need a couple of things to go with it. So I've got some avocado. I'll probably use the cutter to slice that, so it looks really pretty. I've got a tomato. I can do the same with that. I've got some lettuce, I can do the same with that. So how good's that? Three things I can sort out with the cutter. But I also thought, I saw this salad and it's got chili in it and it's got carrot in it. And it's actually 4 seconds. So Pearl, who is a great friend and consultant, she loves the 5-second traffic light salad. Well, I found one that beats it. Well, it would if I had the right sort of coconut, but I don't. So it will take a little bit longer, but I was really pleased to send that one to Pearl today and say, hey, gotcha, got one in 4 seconds. Anyway, let's get to the screen and get cooking. It's a bit of a mess, by the way. All right, so I'm just going to my week. The other thing I've got to make is zucchini slice. Oh, not the mango chutney. We're going to do this one first. The carrot and coconut salad. Okay, so never heard of it. And I did think it could be a really good thing to have the carrot done in the cutter. But I'm going to do it this way first, and then I'll try it with the cutter another time. So it would take a little bit longer. Well, not much longer, but a few seconds longer if you're doing the carrot separately. So start cooking. Obviously got to turn my scales after taking the lid off. Got all my bits and pieces in here. Got my carrot down here. I need 225 grams of carrot to pieces. So this was 1 medium carrot, or 2 medium carrots, really. Go. Next, 40 grams of onion. So I've got a little bit of white onion here. That. Totally forgot to do what I was meant to do first. This is where it's really good to have a second bowl of blade set. So we'll go past this bit and I'll come back to it. So this is 20 grams. Oh, you know what? I might just use this. So what I was going to do, I've got the flaked coconut, because when I buy it at the source, it's actually the cheapest way of buying it. So I buy that. So I can actually make desiccated if I want to, but you know what? I'm going to put it in here because it's still going to chop up anyway. So let's see how it goes. 50 grams of coconut. There we go. 15 grams of lime juice, and I've squeezed half a lime. We'll see how far that goes. Oh, that's plenty. Fresh coriander leaves. So I've got a little bit extra of that. About 8 grams. 1 green chilli. I have de-seeded half and left the seeds in the other. So when I made the chilli, it was actually for Christmas Eve, and my daughter's not big on chilli, so it's quite mild. So I thought, well, I'll add a little bit of punch to the salad. Put the lid on. 4 seconds, speed 5. Well, how quick is that? There it is. And that coconut's absolutely fine. It smells amazing. And what I'm going to do, because a little bit before dinner, I'm going to pop it into one of these vacuum sealed containers. This is our current gift with purchase. So if you know anybody curious either about upgrading or wanting a new PM6, post, get the cutter for yourself and make it this amazing container. So I just thought, you know how carrot can go a bit brown? So I thought what I'd do is I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to vacuum it so that you can see how that works. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be brown when we come to eating dinner. Okay, so that goes on there like that. The lid here, that clips in place, she says. There we go. And I need my little pump, which lives there. It comes with this little vacuum sealer. And all I do is pop that on the top like that, over the seal bit, press the little green button here. I'm going to watch this little white thing pop down, which just means that air's come out. There we go. So there it is. Instead of coming up, it's actually inverted there. So that is super easy. And my carrots will stay carrot coloured, not go brown. Cool. So that is that. I'm just going to move that out the way. Gotta love it. Okay. All right, transfer to a serving bowl. Oh, it says stir in, sorry. So stir in half a teaspoon of fine sea salt before serving. Done. All right. Now the next thing is this chutney. So, you know, mangoes are, you know, relatively cheap at the moment. Apricots are coming off everybody's trees. So great time to make chutney. There are a couple of mango chutneys on there. The one I'm making, I've tried both. We prefer this one. It's got a bit more of a kick to it. So it's just called mango chutney. And let me just see where it's from. It's just down here. Oh, it doesn't tell me where it's from. But it's got some tips at the bottom. Let's have a read of those. Once opened, the chutney should be stored in the fridge. So obviously when you're making chutney, you need to make sure that your jars are nice and sterile. And it tells you how to do that. 500 grams, you can steam them in the varoma. Leave to drain, don't touch the insides, or you can alternatively wash them in soapy water, rinse by pouring over boiling water, prepare for filling by placing on a clean tea towel in a roasting tin and heating in the oven at 100 degrees. This goes with just about everything from poppadoms to your favourite curries, or simply slathered on cold meats and leftovers. Homemade, it contains far more intense flavour, as grinding the spices with sugar in your Thermomix is a great way to release the oils and aromas. Left to mature for a few weeks before using will only improve the flavour. So there you go. That's what we're doing. And what I've got to do, first of all, make sure this bowl is super dry because I washed it just before. And I really hope that if you're a regular watcher, you know exactly how to do this. But what I'm going to do is hit that. So I've got my recipe saved. I'm going to swipe. I'm going to hit turbo. I'm going to turbo. Then go back into my recipe. And it's actually pretty damn good. There's no water come off there at all. But if there had been any water left in there, that's where you would have seen it. It would have been flicked off the blades. Wonderful. Now, teaspoon. So I have found I've got a lot to make, all right? I've already done 3 lots, and so I'm going to double the quantities and it will fit perfectly in the bowl. It's not a problem, okay? So allspice. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of ground allspice. Whoops, probably 1.5. 2. Teaspoon of ginger. Okay, so that's just dried ginger. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I made this nutmeg just earlier. It's I actually did it for a minute. but just whole nutmeg, put in there, speed 10 for a minute. Show you what it looks like. It looks really good. There you go. Oh, hang on, up there. Okay, so a teaspoon of that. Some doubling. Whoops. Let's just pick that up. Here's my nutmeg. Cinnamon. I need half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Let's go in there. Half a teaspoon of cloves. Never tried actually grinding cloves in the Thermomix, but I guess you probably could. Here we go. That's that. Then 100 grams of granulated sugar. So I'm putting in 200 grams because I'm doubling the recipe. But what I won't do further on, I found it's too sweet if I keep adding lots of sugar. So there is brown sugar to be added later on, and I do add that, but I don't add the extra granulated, which is raw anyway. So I'm doing 200 grams. There we go. Pop the lid on. This is really quite interesting. 30 seconds on speed 10. So it's grinding all the spices in with that sugar, which, as it said, releases the oils and the aroma and the flavour of the spices. But you will see so much sort of dust, if you like, coming up. Can you see all that dust in the air there? I'm in trouble with my things. Hold on. Okay. All right. See all this coming out? Wow. Amazing. We've got a gentle little dash on the side. I've just got to actually just clean my spatula. Actually, one of the tricks that I've learned along the way is it's actually quite good is to just use a pastry brush to get that off there. So I'm just going to scrape all that in there. I think couldn't see my other one with the sort of bristles on it, but this is doing a good job. Want all that back in there. All right, and you can see, look at that, amazing. So I'm just going to scrape around there and push that down. This is another spatula you can get from the mix shop. I'm being lazy. Talking to someone the other day, said, "Oh, I never use the spatula that comes with the Thermomix," but it is actually contoured to fit the bowl. So sprayed stuff all over my Thermomix. All right, next I am putting in 40 grams of ginger. 40 grams of ginger, 1 garlic clove. I've got 1 and some bits that looks a bit soggy because that's some of my stuff that I have actually. Oh, I've got the chilies. All right. Okay, it says 1 fresh chili, so I'm doing 2 because we're doubling. I don't de-seed, gives it a bit more of an oomph. So that's going in. A couple of those. Pop the measuring cup on. 5 seconds, speed 8. And then I'm doing 160 grams of onion. It's asking me for 80. Go. Lid on. 5 seconds speed 5. Not quite sure though why that doesn't go into down. All right, now I'm going to scrape down the sides. I'll show you what it's all looking like. So there we go. We've got all the spices. We've got some sugar. We've got the onion. We've got the garlic. We've got the chili and the ginger all in there. So that's all looking really nice there. Smells amazing. 150 grams of granulated sugar. So I leave this out. Okay, that is not going in. Too sweet. 150 grams of light brown sugar though does go in. So. 150 grams of light brown sugar. And then this is 100 grams of white wine vinegar. Well, that's what's happened to mine, nothing left in it. So I'm going to use red wine vinegar, and I really don't think it's going to make a big difference. I'm sure the perfectionists in life and cooking would probably give me a reason why not to, but I mean, it's vinegar. It's going to do the same thing. So a bit of an arm workout getting this in. I'm doing 200 grams because we're doubling. So I can run out of this. Oh, but I do have another bottle of it. All right. Salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And then it's asking me to place the simmering basket on top. So we're not going to go through the whole of the rest of this because it's 30 minutes waiting for this. Simmering basket, it's because it's going up to varoma temperature. Remember, 90 degrees or above, we need to have the simmering basket. Right. So what's going to happen, it's going to cook for 30 minutes, and we'll just go through the preview. Oh, hang on. Let's get it going. Then after the 30 minutes, we're going to add 200 grams of sultana because we're doubling, and 300 or 700 grams of apricots. So whilst it's doing that, I'm going to prepare some of these apricots. And then simmering basket's going on top again. And 10 minutes, 100 degrees, and it's literally speed stir on reverse. So it's not going to chop those up at all. And I tend to give it a bit of a stir with the spatula just to get the apricots through, so that they're not just sitting on the top. And then you transfer them to the jars. So I'll just show you one. I made these ones earlier. That one. I've got those. And that's my that was actually triple quantities. And I'm doing double now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jars. One is quite a small jar, but basically out of each quantity. So I actually did some last night, and I got 4 jars. I think it was 3 or 4 jars, big jars, out of a double quantity. So you just need to make sure you've got plenty of jars. Never throw your jars away. I have 2 big boxes full of jars. So give this a go. It's a really good way to get on top of having a whole heap of chutney. Great gifts. You know, it's a time of year where people are entertaining, and it's nice to take something homemade. Or yeah, you're going to visit a friend, just take something nice and homemade, or just store them in your cupboard and have them later in the year. Okay, so give that salad a go. I'm really actually should have tried some. I'll try some. I'll get it now. Try some. Okay, so the way we get into this is just by lifting up a little black thing here. There we go, and that's popped up. So with that, okay, taste test. That was really nice. Got the coconutty flavouring, which will be really nice, I think, with the chili. Also be great with the curry. It's got the chili in it. It's got the lime juice, which just sort of lifts it as well. That's yummy. Looking forward to that. Okay. Husband's just come home from work, so it's a good time I'm finishing. See ya. Bye.